Coach, congratulations. How about some opening comments?
Oh man, first off, man, I want to thank God, man. I'm just blessed to be in this position, man. It's surreal. I want to thank my players, man. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even be here anyway. I just appreciate them buying into what we were trying to do when we started out on this journey. Thank the community for coming out. I want to thank everybody that supported throughout, my whole team here. Most important, brother, shout out to my kids, man, for putting it out.
Coach, at the start of the second half, Cecilia came out and they got a touchdown, and then you guys had a little bit of a false start on offense. You know, it started to feel like what happened last time in this game.
Correct.
What was the message to the team at that point to really just calm them down and understand that they could come back and win?
Well, you know, when games like this, Cecilia's a great ball club, man. Coach Gans does a great job with his club, man. But at the same time, when stuff like that happen, you got to keep it cool and just ride the wave, man. You know, I'm talking about the wave of emotion, because this game is about highs and lows, man. So at the end of the day, I'm just glad that those guys, I just told them to settle down. It's okay. And let's just keep churning and keep chomping at the bits, man. And we eventually pulled it out.
Coach, here in the back, what makes Deshaun so tough to take down? Deshaun, you can tag on to that too. I see you smiling. Okay.
I think number one, he gets better. He's one of I would call a rhythm back. Deshaun gets better with the game as the game goes on, man. Once he starts feeling it, and he told me feed him, I just said we're gonna put it in his hands and keep it in his Zach hands, and let's see what happens. We're gonna ride the horse that got us here.
Coach, this is a program that up until a couple years ago, the standard was 1-9, 0-10. In 2 short years, you brought OHS to the promised land of the state title. How are you able to do it, and how are you able to get these kids to buy into what you were teaching?
Number one, I got in, man, when I first took this job, bro. Coach Rito, man, I gotta give him his flowers, man. He runs a little youth program. And pretty much all these guys played in the program under him, man. He welcomed me with open arms, told me what kind of kids he had. I got out there, man, met the kids, and that was the rest was downhill. Got them into the program. I started them as freshmen. And then just telling them, I used to tell them when they used to come watch the games, y'all don't want to be like this class. You know what I'm saying? When y'all become freshmen, y'all got to set yourself apart. This is the do's, this is the don't. A championship ball club, don't miss practice. A championship ball club, don't be late for practice. Championship ball club, practice like champions in practice. So, you know, we were sending that message to them since they was in the 8th grade, and then for those guys to come and just buy in and really just hit the ground running, man, it just hats off to those guys.
Coach, so ladies say 291 yards rushing from your guys. I know Zacchaeus and Deshaun did a big part in that, played a major role, but what are your thoughts on the offensive line, the big five up front, and how they were looking?
Man, I can't say enough about those guys, man. Every time I do any interviews, it's all about the trenches to me. I'm a trench baby. You know, I'm a lineman about trade. So, you know, for those guys, Keegan Moulton, he's a senior. Joseph Milton, he's a senior. Kyrie Lambert, he's a senior. Chris Rito, he's a junior, he'll be back. And Bryson Lewis, man. Trace DeFrio, CJ Bernard, those guys in and out, man. They know what we do, they believe in what we do, and we're victorious and champions.
Marvo, I talked to you at the beginning of this playoff run. First thing you said to me, you're going to see a different Opelousas team. You came and upset a lot of teams to get to this point and pull it out tonight. How do you guys flip that switch to start this season, to start that playoff run?
We just held everybody accountable. Everybody held themselves accountable. So I'll say, here's all the turn up. My fault.
Coach, I hate to bring down the celebration. There was a scary moment at the very beginning of the game. Can you talk a little about your players, what had happened?
That was our ball boy, man. Logan Hilliard. He caught a seizure on the sideline, man. So for us to pull it out, man, bring it home for Logan, man. That says a lot. He's at every game. He's a kid. He cried when we cry. He jumps when we jump, man. He celebrates when we celebrate. So, man, shout out and prayers up for Logan, man.
Back to some celebration, Coach. At the beginning of the season, you said that it's done with us. I mean, to be here in this moment, to think about all that it took to get here, saying something like that and believing it, how good does it feel knowing that?
Man, it feels good, man. I almost feel like the great Muhammad Ali. He always called his shots, man. But at the end of the day, bro, I just feel like that, bro. We put a lot of work in and time away from our family. They need time away from their families. For us to get to the first round or the second round and get knocked out, that's not the expectation. The expectation is to get to the dome, man. I mean, we want to win championships over here, and that's what we're putting these kids, not only being champions on the field, but being champions off the field in life.
Coach, on that last drive when Ford pretty much put the game away, you kept looking up and down at the clock. It's 4 minutes left in the ball game. Was that the longest 4 minutes of your life?
Yeah, but I just wanted to reassure my coaches, hey, coach, this 4 minute drill, they don't need to get the ball back. And whatever happens from that first, second, third down, or fourth down, we put the ball in their hands. Go ahead and the bottom. So happened we busted it, he scored it and punched it in, and that was all she wrote after that.
So kids, we talked a couple days ago about how you all had a chip on your shoulder, and as a number 12 seed, a lot of people kind of wrote you off. So now that you have succeeded that goal, how does this moment feel?
It's a shock. It's a shock. It's just crazy.
Coach, we may have talked about the offense and the run game. Can you talk about the defense, not necessarily minimizing in the large plays for Cecilia and kind of really holding it down a bit?
Well, we knew coming in, man, they was gonna be coached up to do a lot of little stuff, double passes and stuff. We just didn't want to give up a big play because they thrive off momentum. You know what I mean? So we wanted to make them earn everything, work for everything, and it kind of worked out for us, man. And most importantly, tackling space because they're real good in open space. They're explosive. So we wanted to make sure we make the short tackle, don't give up play everything in front of us, and it worked out for our favor. Question.
Hey, Coach John here. Cecilia scored 50 or more points in 4 of the last 5 games. What was the game plan coming into today's game? And what do you have to say about the defensive performance tonight?
Oh man, I can't say that enough. We preach this on defense. Defense win championships, man, and they showed it up. But the game plan coming in was simple. Let's keep Diesel bottle up. They pass the ball, Bradley and tackle. And say don't bust no coverages and make them earn everything. And for the most part, the box played well. We stopped the run for the most part. And we didn't let him get going, man, because again, as he go, the offense is going. So we pretty much took care of Diesel.
Hey, we're happy to be here. Look, this is for the players. I know you guys came into this business as usual, but you guys are going back to school, state champions. Talk about your emotions going, and you got this win, it's off your back, and you are going back home state champions. Tell me how you feel.
I mean, man, it's gonna be pretty rich. It's gonna be pretty big because we're gonna be running for some years.
Yeah.
Forever.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they're scared to talk. I'm gonna tell you, I feel good. I feel real good. I can't wait to walk with my chest out. I'm a champion at the end of the day.
Coach Zachery, I think one of the things getting lost in the shuffle here is the play of both your offensive and defensive line. So the second week in a row, you won in the trenches, and as a result, you knocked off both the number 1 and number 2 seed to win a state championship. Tell us about the development of these lines, your offensive line, your defensive line, and how they were able to become so explosive at the right time of the season.
That's a great question. I thought we peaked at the right time, man. I think the Cecilia loss really helped us do that, man, and we really kind of found our way because we wasn't really a team. We wasn't playing as a team. We wasn't being our brother's keeper. But, man, the trenches, we real hard on, man. Shout out to Coach Oliver Theory, that's my old line coach. But for the most part, man, we hard on the trenches. I coach the trenches, Coach Oliver coach the trenches, and every day we put them through probably the hardest practices, harder than anybody that practice with us. And we also send them to, I gotta give Coach Oliver a plug, the Nichols camp, the lineman camp. We send them there every year, man. They've been helping out big for us.
Final question, Coach.
Well, I really have a question for the players. I mean, talk about this community coming out and support. I mean, how's it feel to have almost the whole community supporting y'all throughout this whole run, and especially specifically here in the Dome?
It means a lot to us and the community because having us seeing all the people that came support is like, it's really like a home game because all those people come out like as a home game, so it really means a lot.
One final question. Zach, talk about after they looked like they were getting momentum, you hit Corey on a long one, and then y'all had a 4th down play on that drive, and you hit Corey again. Talk about those 2 plays as well as it looked like the half was over, and you made a long 60-something yard run. Just talk about those huge plays in the game and what it took to execute.
It took focus, really, because I knew people would come open, because like our chemistry is really there with everything. So like me knowing and him knowing where to find spots there in the defense is really there. Those big runs, that's just me knowing that they will target Sean or whatever. That's one of my times just trying to come from.
More questions? All right, Coach, we're gonna end this by, I want you players, if they would, just take a deep breath, think for a second. I want you guys to make a comment about the game, the season, and your coach.
I love the game, I love like the coach, I love everything.
I love my coach too. It was a long season. All in, we can put it, we can pick it up.
I love my coach too. It was really hard to get here when we meet finally.
Love y'all too.
Hey, players, you still got some mic time if you want to
I
use
got
it.
something else.
Go ahead.
It's sometimes it's good to stuff in the battle and really well.
Never overwrite over chest.
I'm coming back.
Okay, Coach, you're gonna have the final word, but I gotta tell you, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm an Opelousas grad. Okay, and when we played a lot of homecoming games. You're a state champion.
Thank you.
Okay, final comment.
Oh man, just again, bro. Shout out to my coaches, man. Coach Elwitz, Coach Bush, Coach Oliver, Coach Starks, Coach Lewis, Coach Alderman, my strength coach, man. A lot of what we do, man. When you're a run team, a smash mouth team, man, you gotta be strong to move people, man. So again, bro, shout out to them, bro. Shout out to everybody in the sport, our trainers, our principal, Coach Campbell. Mr. Greg Campbell. Man, just shout out to my community. Shout out to my family, my mom, my dad. My daddy can't eat. That's another thing I gotta say. My dad has never watched me coach a game in my 4 years. He was here tonight. That really means a lot to me, man. So shout out my pops, man. So again, thank y'all for having us, man. God bless y'all. I'm about to report.
Thank you, Coach.